Alrighty guys, I'm going to attempt to spray paint my Xbox Series S. I've taken it apart one time before to deep clean it. We just gotta take off these two screws, and then we'll be able to take this panel off right here, and then there'll be a couple green screws, if I'm not mistaken, around the bottom of it, and we'll be able to pull off the outer housing. The only piece that I haven't thought about yet, I guess we'll get to it when we get it more torn apart, is this plate right here kind of stays stuck to the middle housing of the Xbox, so we may have to just tape it all up, and I don't know, we'll see how it goes from there. Alrighty, once those screws are removed, this bottom tray or plate should just slide up, come right off. And like I said, we're going to want to remove all these green screws. There's a couple of them around the bottom right here. We'll go ahead and get all those removed. Oh yeah, and then on another note, these two screws were T9s. These green screws are T10s. These are the green screws. And another thing you can note is all these screws are the same length, so you don't gotta worry about which hose they go in or screwing the wrong one somewhere else. They're all the same length. Some of these screws are pretty tight too, so if you got a bigger, bulkier screwdriver with more leverage would be of great help. There's one more right there. And looks like that's all of them, and it should just come right out of the case. Let's see. Alrighty, once you get all those green screws taken out, as you can see, the case just kind of pries open here on the sides, and this comes right out. You do have to be careful for a wire I'm sorry, a cable that is holding this together. Let's see. No, never mind. There's no cables. It just comes right off, as you can tell. And this was the part I was telling you. This back plastic piece, from my understanding, I'm sure there is a way to take it off. I don't really want to force that off though without breaking it. Yeah, so what I'm thinking is maybe we can just tape all around here, tape all around it, and we'll just leave this part exposed. I also had a sticker on this case too, and let me get this one off. I wonder if I can take these off without destroying them, but I'm pretty sure it's not going to be the case here. It's a little bit tricky doing this one-handed. There's that. Alrighty, then you have this whole outer shell. The bottom plate. And then this rear AI shield on the Xbox itself. But as I was saying, this is going to be really tricky to take off. I'm not sure if it snaps off with just clips. I've kind of tried prying on it, but I'm scared to break it off. So I'm just going to go ahead and just tape the whole entire Xbox up and just leave this rear AI shield exposed. we'll go from there. Like I said, all of those green screws are the exact same length, so you ain't gotta worry about getting those mixed up. Alrighty, I went ahead. One thing about this, y'all should notice, the Xbox button, I went ahead and put that sticker on from earlier, that donut sticker. Just kind of cut around it just to get that taped off. But this button right here, I guess your pair button for a new controller, it pops out a lot, and there's no way to remove that button. It is like molded into the case. There's no screw or nothing to remove. It's a piece of plastic, so if you try to remove this, you'll probably snap it. So I'm just gonna go ahead and paint over it like that, not worry about taping it off. So once I got that power button taped off, went ahead and got a rag with some isopropyl alcohol. Just gonna clean up all the dirty spots on this case, both of them, get them wiped down real nice and good, and then we'll be ready for paint. Alrighty, now that I got them both wiped down real good, well, I'm gonna be using a plasti dip. That way, if I ever want to take it off, it just peels off like a sticker. I don't gotta worry about sanding it down or trying to get it repainted or something another color. I can just repeel this off and shoot another color. So I'm gonna go ahead and shake this can up a little bit and we'll get started. I'm gonna go ahead and give it a couple light coats. So that's how that first coat looks. We'll let it dry. We'll come back, spray it again. Probably give it like 2 or 3 coats, and then we'll see how it looks. If we need more coats, we'll give it more coats. Alright, so this is gonna be like the third coat right here, third and final coat. Don't run out. Alrighty, we'll just wait for them to dry. We'll see how they look. Alright, it's all black. Everything's all spray painted. I actually really like the way this came out. Try to see if I can show y'all better angles. Came out real nice. We'll get it put back together and we'll see how it looks. One thing I should note is I decided not to paint this part because this part is secured to this metal part. I couldn't take it off without breaking it. But you can tape all of these ports off, each little port, and as well as this label. Unless you just want to paint over that label, you can paint over the label, but you need to cover up all those little ports, and then you can, I guess, you know, as well as tape up the whole, like the motherboard, all of this stuff as well, all the sides of it, tape it up so you can get this painted. But since it's on the back of the Xbox and it's going to be up against my wall and it's not going to be able to be seen, I decided not to paint this part. But I'll get it put together and I guess we can see how it looks with the back being white. Alrighty, that's how it looks when it's all said and done. Let me get the back for you real quick. The back does look kind of funny, but like I said, it's gonna be, well, nobody can see it for me. I don't know how y'all setups are, but that's perfectly fine with me. Yeah, that'd be all for the video. So if So go ahead and like it, let me know, and I will do the PS5 next.